Hey, Blue Table fans, Sean here. I've left the comments open for this one. Now, I monitor all the comments, so that's why I haven't had them off recently, because it takes some of my time and I just don't have that attention for it. But anyway, hey, so today, along with my commitment to produce at least one video, even if it's a screenshot video every day, I'm just going to take you through some of the bookkeeping that I do. This is the back end of a blog page where I keep track of all the projects that we're doing. And so you can see the different stages. These are where I'm expecting things in still, where I've received them but haven't opened the packages. And then down here, waiting for assembly, then in assembly, waiting for painting, in painting, digital photography, and then sent out. As you may notice, we're only like 20% the way down after all that. Down here, these are all the projects we've completed just in recent memory. Lifetime BTP has done about 7,000 projects. And it's an economy of scale that I don't think any other studio has managed to duplicate yet. So, but we'll see in 5 years how they're going. All right, so anyway, so I've had some activity today, and this is a pretty low-tech way of doing this, but it works really good. I had some projects, wait a minute, are these being sent out? Yep, these are being sent out. So let's find DHEM. Yep, so that got opened, and that is now out to assembly to Tom. And Tom actually turned in a lot of projects. He picked up that one. This, I still think I need to write the contract and instructions for it. Let's see here. Yeah, this actually is finished now, so I move that into waiting for painting. And I take off the fact that it's 98% done. You know, I just underestimated how not exciting this is. All right, well, that's what we're doing today, so along you go for the ride. RPG Figures JWID. Now, these codes come from the first letter of the first name and the first three of the last name. So, DMCN. This guy actually is a client of ours from, I think he's been doing stuff with us for about 8 years. And so I have this sort of core of clients that makes Blue Table Painting really have a lot of staying power, a lot of, you know, just we always have stuff coming in. And in fact, let's see here. Yeah, that's one that he already did. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. Yeah, in fact, a lot of these things went from receiving directly to assembly. I want to get to a point where it's moving in just a day or two to get into actively being worked on. Like no waiting. I remember early on I had so little projects, and that's the other end of the spectrum, not having enough, where I wasn't even booked out to the end of the month. Like everything was just going to be done in like 3 weeks. And I would certainly like to do, so that's the trick. How am I going to do a lot of projects but still maintain that really tight turnaround? Okay, so this one, I didn't even register it. That's a mistake on my end. Oh, and this is receiving. So I got in a bunch of packages today. So let's go ahead and, oh, and in fact, yeah, this needs to go down to instructions. Sean needs to finish paperwork. That's really a choke point because there's only so much of me to go around. Old West 01 BMAR needs instructions. That's what the asterisks mean. CWHE. Oh wow, I don't have that one recorded either. It's all right. That's why I have this system. It's really good at keeping track of things. So receiving Harlequins. 01 CWHE. Wow, I just realized this is really not exciting. I'm not going to get to anything good. SKR. Nope. Didn't have that one registered either. Let's go back down to receiving, to Fantasy figures 01 SKRE. I'm pretty sure it's SKRE. I have SKRI here, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, there it is. Nope, that's not the one I'm looking for either. Huh. All right. Absolutely none of this is a problem. I am just getting them on the record right now. NEDW, and then I've got DSVO. That's a pretty big LDAR project. So that's moving from models incoming down to receiving. So that receiving means I haven't opened them up out of the package yet. And then a KDOR project came in. I know that's on here. X. And then I had some painting projects show up as well, which is good news. I think I'm right around 70 projects right now. I'd like it to be more like 30. There's really a sweet spot for it. And then Veronica, who is awesome, by the way, she actually finished quite a few things. In fact, 3 projects came into digital. Oh, and then these things here are going from digital into completed. And then I've got one last thing. TGEG goes into digital photography. So I have 4 projects in digital photography today. Isn't that exciting? That's fantastic. I love it. So let's go ahead and update this page. And away we go. All right. So I'm putting new things up on the Blue Table store. In fact, I've got one up already. It's a Chaos Chariot, so nothing too excited there. I have a lot of new in box stuff going there. So let's take a look at Games Workshop. So this is our home page right now, new edition of Warhammer 40K. You know, everyone's got an opinion on this, and guess what? It'll be just like all the times before, where anytime something changes, some people don't like it, some people roll with it, and some people just quietly duck out and do something else. And I gotta tell you, Age of Sigmar, it's not going anywhere. Games Workshop definitely put the staying power into it that was needed, and they have put out a lot of new kits. I love these new Kara drawn dwarves. They are great sculpts, great concept. Definitely would like to do them. And I wonder if these are on 30mm bases, then these dwarfs are like they're like 6 feet tall. So, but of course they're in this giant suits of armor, which I think is really cool. It kind of makes them into the Grey Knights in a way of this game system. Possibly low model count. I haven't seen the numbers for them yet. But the models are really fantastic looking. So 8th edition, you know, everyone's given their opinion. And by the way, Armageddon Shadow War has done really well. It's run out of stock, and I think that's going to be a really cool game. It's like Necromunda, but you're allowed to use actual models from the 40K universe, which means they didn't have to really put a lot of thought. No, excuse me, not thought. They didn't have to put a lot of production capacity. In fact, this is the old art from Armageddon here. Okay, using old art. Well, you know, if it's bonus pages, then I guess you're no worse off. Okay, Spellcrow Miniatures. These guys have gotten in touch with me. They've been around roughly as long as I have, and they have a lot of really great figures. They've gotten into the upgrade game where you can upgrade your Games Workshop type stuff, and you know, and you can't talk about upgrades. By the way, I'm expecting an artist in like 3 minutes, and here she is. So guys, I gotta go. We're gonna have to do this some other time. So guy, I'd apologize, but at least I got something out today. So thanks for tuning in. Contact me at projects@bluetablepainting.com if you would like a project done. And let me tell you, there is much more to come It's going to be a very exciting journey. And here we go. 3, 2, 1.